Welcome everyone. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Cindy Iniago with the role of facilitator/leader, and we are the Group B. My following members are as follows. Margaret Badana here is my right hand and the evaluator, followed by Sangel Morales as the coordinator. Vince Gornez as well as Renz Magalon are both in charge of note-taking, while computer encoding are in the hands of Josefel Reyes and Nino Kilaton. Lastly, Jason Podilana as reporter. And we are here to share and give our insights regarding the modules 3 and 4 of quarter 2 in the subject Practical Research.
Hello there everyone, my name is Margaret Badana and I am the group's encoder and reporter. We are from GASB's Group B and we are here to report about understanding data and ways to collect data systematically and research methodology. And now, let us begin the report with the topic Understanding Data and Ways to Collect Data Systematically. It is an essential component of a research project because it allows the researcher to make decisions based on the information available and to understand how useful the information will be in carrying out the research. There are a variety of methods of data collection and qualitative research, including observations, textual or visual analysis, interviews, individual or group, and others.
Having the role of Assistant Secretary, I am Renz Magalon. So, to begin with, there are various methods of data collection, and every researcher must understand how they work in practice, when to use each and what they can offer in students' individual research. And what do we mean by data? There are simple facts that when processed, organized, structured, and presented in a specific context became information. On the other hand, when we say research data, this may refer to the recorded factual materials commonly accepted in the scientific community as unnecessary to validate research findings which are collected, observed, or created for purposes of analysis to produce original research results. Qualitative data are forms of information that are gathered in a non-numeric form. These describe qualities or characteristics which cannot be measured numerically. Qualitative data can be in the form of interview transcript, field notes, video, audio recording, images, and documents. Data collection is the systematic process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest in order to answer stated research questions, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes.
The methods for collecting qualitative data include interviews and observations.
Hi, I'm Nino Kilaton as reporter. The essence of interview is that one mind tries to read the other. The interviewer tries to assess the interview in terms of the aspects studied or issues analyzed. It is one of the major bases upon which counseling procedures are carried out. It provides information to supplement other methods of collecting data. It may be used in addition to observation to verify information obtained through correspondence methods. An unstructured interview is a data collection method that relies on asking participants questions to gather information about a particular topic. Unstructured interview, also known as non-directive interviewing, have no set pattern and no questions are pre-arranged. A structured interview is a data gathering strategy that involves asking questions in a specific order in order to gather information on a specific topic. They are quantitative structured interviews are most effective when you already have a firm grasp on your subject.
Jason Podilana is the name. the fourth and last member of reporters. Observation may take place in natural settings and involve the researcher taking lengthy and descriptive notes of what is happening. It is argued that there are limits to the situation that can be observed in their natural settings and that the presence of the researcher may lead to problems with validity. Observation can sometimes obtain more reliable information about certain things, for example, how people actually behave. It can also serve as technique for verifying or nullifying information provided in face-to-face encounters. People or environment can be observed. When environment is researched, it can provide valuable background information that may inform other aspects of the research. Limitations with observation include: A. Change in people's behavior when they know they are being observed. B. A snapshot view of a whole situation. C. Think Big Brother. D. The researcher may miss something while they are watching and taking notes. E. The researcher may make judgment, make value statements, or misunderstand what has been observed. The advantage of the limitation of observation is that the observation methods provides high accuracy since the observer directly interact with the observed. While the disadvantage of observation is a costly method since it requires a lot of things. Strengths of observation: A. Can offer a flavor for what is happening. B. Can give an insight into the bigger picture. C. Can demonstrate subgroups. D. Can be used to assess in the design of the rest of the research. E. Sometimes, the researcher becomes or need to become a participant observer, where she is taking part in the situation to be accepted and further understanding the workings of social phenomena.
Hello, Vince Gornes, the name, and I am responsible for the role of secretary. And these are techniques for collecting data through observation. First, letter A. Written descriptions. The researcher creates written descriptions of people, situations, and surroundings. Second, video recording enables the researcher to take notes as well. Limitations may include people acting strangely towards the camera or others avoiding the camera. The camera does not always capture everything. Third, letter C. Photographs and artifacts. Photographs are useful when collecting observable information or phenomena such as buildings, neighborhoods, dress, and appearance. Artifacts include significant objects such as a memorabilia, instruments, tools, and others. Fourth, letter D. Documentation. Any type of documentation can be used to provide information, such as a local newspaper, information or a notice board, or administrative policies, as well as producers or procedures. Lastly, letter E, survey. Where conducting a survey, the researcher must first choose which mode of data collection is appreciable or appropriate. Inquiry for making conclusions from a large group of people or small group of people. The purpose of a survey to convey, explain the experiences of certain populations.
Hi, I'm Cindy Iniego and I am the leader of Group B. I am in charge of elaborating data collection, data analysis, as well as some of the most used approaches in this field. Data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer stated research questions, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes. A researcher can evaluate their hypothesis on the basis of collected data. In most cases, Data collection is the primary and most important step for research, irrespective of the field of research. The approach of data collection is different for different fields of study, depending on the required information. It can also be used in many different contexts by academics, governments, businesses, and other organizations. Data analysis according to Yin 1994-102, data analysis consists of examining, categorizing, tabulating, or otherwise recombining the evidence to address the initial proposition of a study. There are a variety of approaches to this process of analysis and interpretation. Some of the most used approaches include content analysis, narrative analysis, discourse analysis, grounded theory, and conversation analysis. Content analysis is a research tool used to determine the presence of certain works, themes, or concepts within some given qualitative data. Using content analysis, researchers can quantify and analyze the presence, meanings, and relationship of such certain words, themes, or concepts. Narrative analysis. Researchers use narrative analysis to understand how research participants construct story and narrative from their own personal experience. That means there is a dual layer of interpretation in narrative analysis. First, the research participants interpret their own lives through narrative. Then the researcher interprets the construction of that narrative. Discourse analysis is a research method for studying written or spoken language in relation to its good social context. It aims to understand how language is used in a real-life situation. When you do discourse analysis, you might focus on the purpose and effects of different types of language, cultural roles and convention in communication, how values, beliefs, and assumptions are communicated, and how language use relates to its social, political, and historical context. It uses the language presented in a corpus or body of data to draw meaning. This body of data could include a set of interviews or focus group discussion transcripts. Grounded theory is a qualitative method that enables you to study a particular phenomenon or process and discover new theories that are based on the collection and analysis of real-world data. Unlike traditional hypothesis-deductive approaches of research, where you come up with a hypothesis and then try to prove or disapprove it, grounded theory is an inductive approach where new theories are derived from the data. Conversation analysis is a specific form of investigation or inquiry. A conversation refers to two or more individuals talking with one another just for the sake of talking. It is a form of sociability and reflects an individual's ability and willingness to interact with others. At a basic level, conversation analysis is viewed as the study of talk. In a broad sense, conversational analysis could refer to the study of people talking together, oral communication, or even study of language use.
And now let's move forward to the research methodology. Hello, Margaret Badana here, and I am the evaluator, which means I will be reporting. This part is about research methodology. So, research methodology refers to the discussion regarding the specific methods chosen and used in a research paper. This discussion also encompasses the theoretical concepts that further provide information about the method selections and application. It is an outline of how a given piece of research is carried out. It defines the techniques or procedures that are used to identify and analyze information regarding a specific research topic. The research methodology is a philosophy or general principle which guides the research. This method section answers two main questions. How was the data collected or generated, and how was it analyzed? And the difference between the research methodology and research methods. And yes, these two methods are not the same. Research methodology is a chapter that shows how the problem will be investigated, a chapter that contains the plan in collecting and analyzing data. This part discusses the following elements: research design, respondents, sample and sampling technique, instruments, and statistical treatment. On the other hand, research method is a strategy used in the collection or data for analysis to come up with new information or to understand a particular topic or phenomenon. It also refers to the specific process used in carrying out research. Simply put, research methodology is a plan that contains the specificity of research method. Research methodology is a very important part of the research paper, so you really need to have a full understanding of its elements.
Hello, it's Renz Magallanes again speaking. What exactly are interviews? Interviews are conversation about a specific topic of interest between a researcher and a respondent. Interviews necessitate specialized skills from the interviewer, who must form an effective partnership with the respondent in order to collect and transcribe a highly detailed and valid set of qualitative data. Next is observation. Observation is a method of systematic data collection that involves watching people in their natural environment or in a natural occurring situation. The level of immersion and prolonged involvement with participants can lead to a good report, encouraging participants to speak up freely. Third is focus group discussion. Focus group discussion may be used when a large number of people are asked to gather in a group to discuss a specific issue. Interviews includes an in-depth discussion in which the researcher assumes the role of investigator. The researcher facilitates or moderates a group discussion between participants rather than between the researcher and the participant in this setting. And there are two types of focus group discussion: single focus group and two-way focus group. Single focus group. The key feature of a single focus group is in an interactive discussion of a topic by a collection of all participants and a team of facilitator as a one group in one place. This is the most common and classical type of focus group discussion. It has been widely used by both researcher and practitioner across different disciplines. Two-way focus group. This format involves using two groups where one group actively discusses a topic wherein the other observes the first group. Usually, this type of focus group is conducted behind a one-way glass. The observing group and the moderator can observe and note the interaction and discussion of the first group within being seen. Hearing what the other group thinks or by observing their interaction often leads to the second group to different conclusions than those it may have researched otherwise. And the last part of the research method is data mining. The main purpose of data mining is extraction valuable information from our available data. Data mining is considered an interdisciplinary field that joins the technique of computer science and statistics.
Hi, I'm Josabel Alman as reporter. Data mining process. Generally, the process can be divided into the following steps. Step 1. Define the problem. Determine the scope of the problem and objectives of the data exploration project. Step 2. Explore the data. This step includes the exploration and collection of data that will help solve the stated problem. Step 3. Prepare the data. Clean and organize collected data to prepare it for further modeling procedures. Step 4. Modeling. Create a model using data mining techniques that will help to answer the problem. Step 5. Interpretation and evaluation of result. Draw conclusion from the data model and assess its validity. Translate the result into a decision.
And that brings us to the end of Quarter 2's Module 3 and 4 presentation. We, the Group B, would like to thank you for your time and attention today. God bless you all and stay safe.